In this video, I'm going to explain that the cross multiplication method is really just a shortcut. So let me show you what happens when you try to isolate x without using the shortcut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and multiply both sides by x. And the purpose of this first step is to get x out of the denominator. Now if I'm going to multiply x by a fraction, I want to write x in fractional form, so I put it over 1. Same thing with the other side. I'm multiplying it by the fraction 7/6, so I'm going to write it as a fraction. On the left side, x times 7, I get 7x. 1 times 6, I get 6. So I'm just multiplying fractions like I normally would. 5 times x is 5x, and in the denominator, x times 1 is x. Now, what you should notice over here is that you have x divided by x, which equals 1. So it's 5 times 1 on this right side, which is really equal to 5. Then on the left side, we still have this 7x over 6. Then I want to get this 6 out of the denominator. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 6. So I multiply by 6, and I multiply this other side by 6. And what you'll see over here is that in the numerator, I'll have 6 times 7x, and in the denominator, I'll have 6. And over here, I'm going to leave this as 5 times 6, and you'll see in a little bit why I do that. 6 divided by 6 is equal to 1, so we're left with just 7x, because 1 times 7x is just 7x. Now look, we did all of that work, okay, to get x on one side, and then in the end we can divide each side by 7. But then I wanted to show you over here, take a look at this. If I multiply 7 times x, I get 7x. And then if I cross multiply over here, 5 times 6, I want you to notice that in one step, we got to the same point that we got to with this side where we did all of this work. So a mathematician just said, all right, well, if I know that this is the pattern and I end up with this, the mathematician said, well, then why don't we just use this method called cross multiplication and use a shortcut where we know that eventually we're going to have this number in the numerator multiplied by this number from this denominator, and we're going to have this number and this number multiplied together. So cross multiplication is really just a shortcut.